Okay, so hi everyone. I'm Lola. This is Wendy.
Welcome to Thirst Trapping, which we should actually explain why we chose that name.
I don't think they're ready for it just yet.
Are you guys ready for it?
They ain't ready for it. they ain't ready. So today's topic is gonna be about friendship.
Oh, cheers.
Cheers.
Okay, so what are you sipping on?
Meal replacement shake.
Meal replacement shake?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I think stuff like that is strange. Is it good?
You're strange, boo.
I really am.
Wanna try it? Just try new things. You're Asian. Sorry. Okay. Delicious. Look at her face. She enjoys every single part
I'm
of
gonna
it.
sip on my coffee.
Oh, that's what that is? I thought it was water or tea. Green tea.
That's even more racist.
Yeah.
But I do love green tea. I love tea. I'm Chinese. Y'all can't blame me.
Everyone, she's no longer spending anymore because I took baby girl out to the Costco world. You should
So
have
this
seen
morning,
her.
I had the bread that I got from Costco, the yogurt, the cereal, and the fruit, all from Costco.
Do you guys know how proud I am of her? She was spending about $100 a day.
Thank you.
So, took her out. She was so happy. She's wandering off, frolicking in the
Literally
Costco.
frolicking. If you don't see me for 30 minutes, don't come looking for me.
But I saw her. She's like... Anyways, she got her groceries and now she doesn't have to spend anymore.
And this is the perfect way to really talk about, like, it's the perfect example, that's what I want to say, of what we're going to talk about today, which is friendships.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the perfect thing because Lola here loves me enough to say I care about you and your finances. So we're going to go to Costco's, which really... It's the perfect example of a friend that reaches out a hand and say, you know what, why don't we try this instead, because it'll be helpful for you, you know. And it goes, I feel like it goes in so many different directions of how to lend a helping hand, because she may not need that because she already got that down packed. She already knows to get her groceries, meal prep, and all, you know, save money, all these things, but she might be in need of something else,
Right.
A different quality in a friendship. And so we have to be in tune and be aware of what the people around us need.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Friendship is about not comparison, not judgment, but seeing those gaps in that person and being like, I shouldn't judge her and think that she's gonna be just like me. Why won't I fill in those gaps? So like she was saying, she was not good with her finances. Cool, it's okay. I'm gonna help her in that area. She can help me with discipline in a lot of areas. Like she was teaching me, read this scripture every single day. Sure enough, I started doing it every single day, and my faith has enhanced tremendously, just because she was looking out for me.
I think that's a big thing, what you said about comparing yourself to others. Did you ever do that?
Oh, forever comparing myself. I had this prideful attitude of like, you know, if you're not growing at my pace, you're not good enough to be in my circle.
Dang. You know what? I was very much like that too. I'm like, who are you? Do you not know who I am?
Meanwhile, we're forgetting that we've been through the same thing, and it took us 5 years for us to get there, but we forget and we try to act like everybody else needs to be on our wavelength. And it's not like that. And
it's true. It's like, if you don't think the way I think, if you don't do what I do, if you don't, you know, then you're wrong. It's like, what the heck?
You're wrong. You need to get your whole life in order. Call me when you do.
Right. Flipped hair.
Flips hair. But you know what? I had a friend of mine who, actually I have a friend. It's not had. I still have her. She was going through a lot of the same struggles that I've been through. Her and I had a lot more in common than I thought. And I used to be, dang it! Sorry, it's my phone. I used to be super judgmental. And like, every time she would come to me with her problems, I'm like, girl, just freaking go pray or do something. You know, like she always had the same problems. But funny thing is, I was reading the word today and it said, be kind to those that have doubt in their faith. Be patient with them. You know, and I was not like that. Granted, I don't put myself down and I'm like, oh, I'm a terrible friend. It's not like that. But I know moving forward that if someone is lacking in their faith, I'm not going to judge them. If someone is lacking in certain areas, I can't judge them. I just have to love them unconditionally, because love truly is the answer to everything.
Really
love conquers all.
Never fails.
Never fails.
You'll be surprised, because once you say, you know what, okay, I'll choose to kind of like lose this argument, right? And then they'll turn right around and be like, oh my God. And then they'll come to you and you're like, wait, oh, okay.
Turning the other cheek.
Yeah.
Turning the cheek.
So many people need a true friend. Like, people are so quick to leave you. People are so quick to say, oh, I can't deal with this anymore. Oh, you're doing the most. I can't.
You're doing
That's
too
like
much.
the expression of the world. I can't. No, I can't with you.
Start cutting people off. Like, that's how do you expect to have long-term friendships, relationships in general, if you keep cutting people off? We get it. You're guarded. You're hurt. We all are.
Yep.
But like, if you don't like two, what is it? Two are better than one, because if one falls down, the other one can pick you up. So if you're frolicking in the fields of loneliness because you're too prideful enough to, apologize or forgive others, you're going to be left all alone.
Yeah.
And then what?
Yeah.
Because eventually, like, you're going to need somebody.
No, but it's true. I agree. And like, I don't know, it's just, we always need people around us, good people. We do. We really do. Nobody's meant to do this thing alone. You're not. And if you need friends.
Right. What's another thing that we do? Spend quality time together. Dang, I have a hole in my jean jacket. How did this happen? It's all good because I love the jean jacket. Anyway, so
you gotta invest time.
Know each other's love language.
Yeah, you gotta invest time, because if Lola says, listen, I love, what is that meal? What's it called? Meal replacement? If she loves meal replacement drinks and hates coffee, which I know you don't hate coffee. I love coffee. But she really does. But if she hates coffee and loves that, and I say, Lola, but I love you so much, I got you coffee. Is that really love? No, it ain't. And I can have the best intentions. I can really no, but I really wanted to get this for you. You can have great intentions, but you do have to be aware. You got to be invested in someone, be interested in someone. Say, you know what? Okay, what is it about this person that makes them happy? Truly, genuinely, because it really can be the smallest thing. It can be the smallest thing, and also like the other side of the coin, where it's like that thing that you do really just really bugs me. So can you please, like, communication, right? You got to communicate.
Be vulnerable. Say what needs to be fixed, so that way the relationship grows.
Yes.
Like, you're not going to have sturdy relationships if you're upset at something and you won't even verbalize it. Like,
because how am I supposed to read your
sign
mind?
language. We're going to no,
I can't read your mind.
You have to say something, so that way that person can rectify it and can move forward loving you up. And like, her and I are very well aware that there's some things that we're not going to like about each other. So far, we're good. But I'm sure something's going to happen.
Oh, it's going to come.
We don't know when.
People are people.
People are people, exactly. Don't have
like these buttons.
Expectations. Expectations that it's going to be perfect. Don't have expectations of your friends that they're going to always get it right.
Yeah.
They're not going to get it right. They're going to mess up. They may do something that's going to hurt. Like, people are going to hurt you. Not intentionally, because that's never what we want to do, but people are people.
Yep.
And I'm very well aware that she may do something that I'm not going to like, but because she's so connected to God, he will convict her.
Yes.
And then she would have to say, "Damn, I'm sorry."
Yes.
I'm sorry, girl.
Yeah.
What's the other? Hold on.
No. Also, we were her and I was talking about the story. There's a story in the Bible about two men. One is named David, one is named Jonathan. And what happened, there's a whole thing to this story, because it goes and it goes and it goes and it backtracks and it goes forward. But basically, it's about two men, and they had no business being friends with one another, because Jonathan's father was out to kill David. But Jonathan saw the beauty of the friendship, of the bond that they had, and he said, listen, I ain't leaving you, and I'm gonna come after you wherever you go. I don't care if you're on the run, because David had to flee for his life. Okay, you Bible scholars know. If you don't know, that's okay. We're here if you want to learn. But it's incredible because Jonathan took a stand in his friendship. He says, no, David, I'm going to follow you. It don't matter. I don't care what the circumstances may look like. I'm going to be here regardless of. And I think it takes character. You know, a lot of people, I have this one, she's my sister. I grew up with her, but we've been friends for more than 15 years. And when I hear about people having friendships like that, I'm like, you think it was easy for 15 years? Like, do you think it was a stroll in the park, like, whoop-de-doo,
she knows the password to her friend's phone.
Yeah.
Her friend's phone was locked, and she was like, I know the code. And I was like, dang, it's that tight. Continue.
You know, and it's gonna be challenging, but guess what? It strengthens your bond. Mm-hmm. It grows you and your character. It builds character in you, it builds strength in you, and it strengthens the bond in a sense of no matter then what comes, the challenges that may come, you're still you're here.
We're brothers. We're happy and we're singing and we're.
I have no idea.
You don't know
English? No, what is that?
It's colored, but you're not black or Puerto Rican or any of that. So we'll figure out a song for her. So yeah.
Oh yeah. Is there anything else you wanted to know?
What I can think about is learning when to speak and when to just stand quiet. Like be quiet and listen.
Yeah.
There's a story in the Bible. We always refer to stories in the Bible, and there's like these flippin' religious girls, but that's all the wisdom that we could get. So we always look for, old wisdom that's like surpasses all.
Yeah, it's been helping, man. If you find something that helps you.
Right. Like Job. Job had so much wealth. He had flock and sheep, and he had so much wealth, and he lost it all. And on top of that, he had a terrible disease. What was it? Do you remember the disease that he had?
I think everything was
everything.
I'm
he
like
had everything.
He
His
lost
skin
everything.
was like, anyways.
He lost everything.
He was so sad, obviously. Like, you lost your kids, you lost your wealth, you lost everything. Your wife cursed you, and he was so sad. And for I don't know how many days, his friends, they were good in the beginning. They sat with him and they didn't say anything. They just shared that moment of sorrow together. Then they decided to speak, and they didn't speak good things. So just when a friend is going through something that you have not been through and you haven't experienced it, just listen to them. Don't even say, oh man, I'm really sorry to hear that, because that's really annoying.
Well, some people like it. But
pat them on the back.
Yeah, be just like she said, be
in tune
be a
with,
friend and listen and have compassion.
Right.
But
I'm really sorry to hear that. No, especially if, for example, if your friend is going through a divorce and you're happily married, I'm not trying to hear that. Yeah. But just words of encouragement.
Yeah.
If you have nothing to say, listen as long as you have to. Listen and just, invest time in your friendships.
Yeah.
If you know that someone really needs you, and it's something serious, maybe carve out a day or a time where you dedicate yourself to loving up on this person.
Yeah.
Where it's like nothing matters, it's just you and them, and then you give them words of encouragement.
Yeah. And it's so beautiful how that, I don't want to say pay off as if you're expecting something in return, because don't. When you give genuinely, say, you know what, I do want to be here because I do want to listen to you, and I am going to be here, not expecting something back, not feeling like, oh, I'm sacrificing of my own time and I could have done this and this and this. No, not in that regard, but it's so important that we spend time and be a true friend.
Right. The friend of mine that I was talking about, one thing I could say about her is that she's loyal. She's loyal regardless of how I treated her. She loved me enough to say, I know Lola. Lola is just acting funky. Obviously I'm going to come to my senses and be like, I'm sorry, but seeing through the bad and really looking at who that person is, and because a lot of people, what they do is that they will see all the bad things you did.
Yeah.
Or
forget all of that.
And they forget all of the good that you've done for them. They forget the words of encouragement, the prayer, the whatever. Whatever you've done for somebody else, they'll forget all about it, and they'll cut you off for those 2 things, 2 or 3 things or whatever, or maybe 5, maybe 10. I don't know how many things.
Yeah.
But if they're Like, don't let those minuscule issues tarnish something
Yes.
that's forever.
The bigger picture.
Yeah. Being loyal to that person. That regardless what happens, we are one, you know?
Yeah.
And just having that sense of, you know, if you need a home, if you need a meal, I got you. You know, if you, and also not taking advantage of that. If you have a friend that is serving you with their full heart, don't be the type of person that is going to take advantage of them and be like, oh, I know she's going to lend me money and I'm not going to pay her back. That's wrong. That's not what friends do. You know, so if she lends me money or I lend her money, obviously, like, if she financially can't do it right now, I have to be understanding. But she as my friend, she's going to say, I have to pay her back. Even if it's, you know, in portions.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It's just being considerate. You know,
Considerate, consistent.
Consistent. I had this one friend. I should say I have. She's still my friend. She was so sweet. And in the beginning, when we were getting to know each other, she's like, "Wait, where are you from? So you don't have family here in New York? You have nobody?" And I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "Oh my God, that's horrible." She's like, "You can borrow my family whenever you want."
Aww.
She's like, "Come over. They'll cook for you. They'll feed you. If you need a place to stay, if you need, you know, whatever you need, you can borrow my family." And I'm like, "That's so sweet." Like,
Yeah.
you know, because that's something that's important to her. And so for her to say that, "Wow, you don't have that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so let me
That's
give you a
really
mine."
sweet.
You know,
Yeah.
because for her,
Because she
it's
had
important.
an abundance,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And I think that's really sweet.
Yeah.
I've had friends that their families, I mean, they opened their hearts and their homes
Yeah.
to me, and it felt right because sometimes sometimes you don't get the love that you want even from your own family.
Yeah.
So family doesn't need to be blood related. Family are those that are going to be there with you
Yeah.
through the end, regardless if you're related or not,
Yeah.
even like blood related. Knowing your different types of friendships for me is a big thing. Like, I'm learning about knowing how to speak to my different types of friends. I don't know if that makes sense. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Because every relationship is different.
Every relationship is
Every
different.
single relationship is different.
I have, I'm working on it, but I had a really strong attitude. I didn't mean to. I'm just a passionate speaker. Like, if you don't want me to get passionate, let's not talk about the things that I'm passionate about, because I'm gonna get on a podium and talk about those things. But
Here's your mic.
thanks. No, but really, like, I need to know what friend can handle the truth the way that I know how to speak. Like, the friend that I'm talking about, this is my friend. She's the example for like the whole video. Because I'm strong, she desires for me to be myself and to tell her, yo, do you know why this keeps happening, girl? Because you keep doing this. And then she's like, man, I needed to hear that.
Yeah.
But somebody else is gonna be like, you know what? I mean, like, I wouldn't be able to talk to them like that. I have to, like, work on my tone and maybe use my, soft voice. My nose itches. Oh my gosh! I did my makeup and it's really pretty, but then I keep sorry. And then Wendy, she likes when I'm like straightforward,
Yeah,
direct.
it's perfect.
We can't beat around the bush. Just get to the thing.
Perfect.
But I'm learning that I have to have words sweet as honey.
Amen.
My words back then were like sour cream and onion. They were.
That's not bad though.
No. I'm not talking about the chips. I'm saying when it comes out of, if your breath smells like sour cream and onion.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
I know.
I know. Yeah, so like, you guys don't want sour cream and onion. But being friendly to your friends, like, don't, just because they're your friends doesn't mean that you can't treat them with love, unconditional love.
Yeah.
You know, and just being there. Like, for me, it's just cultivating friendships.
Yeah.
Taking out time for others.
Nurture it, water it.
Yeah, like, you can't expect the harvest if you're not sowing seeds and planting them and like watering them and all that stuff.
Yeah.
You know, and there's 5 types of love language. I hope I get this right, but if I don't, you guys could look it up. I'm terrible. They're like, what is this video for? I'm supposed to be educated here. So it's words of affirmation, quality time, gifts, acts of service. There's one more left. I always get this one wrong. Do you know what, Wendy?
I have no idea. I'm sorry, friends.
Dang
But stay tuned, subscribe.
Wait,
And then we're gonna share it.
hold on a second, girl. We're not done here. Prayer.
Amen.
Learning.
That's
how
the
to
one you
pray.
forgot.
No, that's not the one I forgot.
Oh.
But that's the last word that we had to do.
Oh.
Yeah, learning how to pray for your friends.
Yes.
Regardless of what their beliefs are, just pray for your friends. If they're going through a rough time, for me, there's nothing better than saying, like, do you need a prayer? Like, do you want me to pray for you? Like, because that enhances their faith, regardless of what their faith is.
Yeah.
You know, but they see someone is out praying for you, thinking about you. You're like, you know, and that to me is just everything.
It is. Even I used to not believe in anything, and my, like, she was like a mother to me. This woman would say that. She's like, Wendy, I'm praying for you because I don't know if anybody else is. And I was like, ouch. And that's beautiful. Thank you. Even though I didn't believe, but it still warmed my heart. It really did. She's thinking so hard. She's thinking so hard. It's like smoke coming out.
It's this hair. Too much hair. Dang. Okay. If you guys Google it, I'm sorry, but it's 5 of them. Just educate yourself. Educate. Always try to look for ways to become a better you.
Yes.
You know, I've been really, like, honestly, this past couple of year and a half, my life has been all about growth. Just a whole rebirth, and just stay hungry to read more, to understand people more, to you know, tap into your emotions. Why do you respond this way? Why do you do this? Where did you learn this? Most importantly is, where did you learn this? So that way you could understand why certain things trigger your responses.
Yeah.
You know, and it's unintentional. You know, it's just learned behaviors that have been going on for many, many years. If it took you XYZ amount of years for you to learn them, it's going to take you quite some time for you to unlearn them. So, you know, if you want to become a better friend, you know, just look up ways to be a better friend, just in general, like learn how to communicate. Ask your friends, what is something that I could do to serve you better, to love you, you know, to make you feel loved? And if you don't know their love language, because maybe you haven't tapped into, I guess, listening to them more, maybe it's something you should practice. But ask them, like, what can I do to show you that I love you? And they'll be like, you know, I really like gifts. Boom. It doesn't have to be something expensive. You know, I really like when we go out to the movies or we talk or whatever. Okay, they like quality time. You know, because I think it's people, because they don't speak that person's love language, that person doesn't feel loved.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
That's true.
So now we can finish. All right, everybody.
All right.
Tune in next week. Figure it out. Like, if you have any questions, or if you need a prayer for anything, for a friend, or like if you just want to work on a few things.
Yes.
You could DM us.
Yeah.
And we love you.
DM and subscribe,
Follow,
subscribe. So on Instagram, Thirst Trappin'. Watch me spell this: THIRSTTRAPPN.
TRAPPN. Yeah. There you go.
And
So
follow us, friends. Until next time, peace out.